On today's show, we're going to take a look at, once again, the Canoo brand because you guys in the comments have let me know, hey, we're interested in updates to this story. And so, well, who am I to say no? And I'm actually a stockholder of this company. So, at time to time, I do like to check back in with it and see where my pennies have gone because pennies is about all I have left with this brand. And I poke fun at this brand, but I've said this many times. I am a person that hopes this little quirky brand makes it because I want to own one of these things. I really do. I find them to be interesting in a world of a lot of EV vehicles all looking the same, all being boring. This thing is actually interesting. And from day one, it's been interesting. And even though they've went through many, many management changes, they've seemed to, kind of keep it fresh. And the soul of the vehicle is still there. It's not like with management changes, they have to water these things down. No, they're still trying to produce the vehicle that we've all kind of fallen in love with. But where's it at? And I know last video I got a lot of comments of hey, the press release did say that they were trying to get the production up to, capable of 20,000 for the last end of the quarter, and where I said they were trying to build 20,000 of them. Totally get that. Probably something that I've read in the past that I just carried on. But anyways, I'm kind of curious about where they are in production right now because if you are ready to produce, even by the end of the quarter, ready to produce 20,000 vehicles, the plant should be up and running or damn near up and running, and you should be hiring people, right? I mean, you can't build these aren't autonomous just yet. You have to, no matter what the big three's problems are right now, they have to have employees to build these things. So I started going through their website, and they have a careers page up, and I'll pull it up right here. And this is definitely from, as you can see, this is from Canoo. This is their website and their job listings, and you can search all categories. There's all engineering, all design, manufacturing. Let's just click on manufacturing to see what's going on there. So let's just hit search, and okay, there's a couple things: quality inspectors, stuff like that, operations group leader, unarmed security guard. I don't think if they're a security guard, they're building any vehicles, so that's kind of interesting. But at no point is there any sort of general labor. It's all like quirky little engineering jobs right now, which once again they have to have. I totally 100% understand that this is what they have to have. But you go to all. Let's go back to it again. At no point you can get into theirs. There's just nothing that says we're ready to ramp up for general employees. I've been in the manufacturing business myself. I understand it takes a lot of labor. You have a lot of management that you need to hire. There's a lot of engineering that they still need to hire. But at no point from when me looking through their whole 4 pages of what they're looking for employees, do I see anything that bodes confidence in that they're ready by the end of the year to let's crank these things up. 24 is our year because I've said it in previous videos. They kept telling us early on 22 was our year, and I kind of give with the pandemic and all that, I give them a little bit of a leeway because this is a startups have a lot of issues, and they are they're holding, even with all the management issues they've had with just changing managements, they've really kept to the idea of what this vehicle is supposed to be about. With all that, there's financial concerns to this, and me as an investor, maybe you as an investor, there are concerns to, hey, what's going on with my money? Why are we still down in the 40-cent range for the NASDAQ? Why? What is going on? Because I'm still waiting to hear what the NASDAQ is supposed to do with that, because it was by the 1st of September, they could have been pulled off there. And then it's basically like a penny stock, whatever. And don't look to me that I do not offer any financial advice, because I have got that comments in and below too. And I'm just as dumb as my money with the average guy. So I invested in this company clearly. I wanted to kind of look into what is going on there. And as you can see, they've just gotten a little bit of a influx of money here. So it says Canoo has entered into a $45 million convertible preferred stock purchase agreement by foreign strategic institution investors with the potential for upsizing to $150 million. Now, it's been reported many times that Canoo by the end of the year was out of money. So is this another band-aid to keep the bleeding from happening? Where are they at with this? And I will, as always, I will post a link to these articles in the description of this video if you want to go into more detail, because I'm just going to hit you the high points of this. It is amazing to me that this they've taken on so much money, and how I just can't figure out why they keep getting investors to keep throwing more and more money at there, unless there is something we're not seeing. Canoo's got some inside deal where they're showing investors like, hey, look, here's the technology. We just need to get over this hump. And I hope they do, because I really do want to own these vehicles. But I want to get into there. This came out this past week as well, and this is from the Motley Fool. Is bad news for luxury electric truck makers. Rivian, their shares have been up and down really, but Rivian seems to be out of all of them the kind of steady flow. Lucid's been up and down. They're a little weary right now. I don't know what's going on with them. And Fisker is like, that's another planet. It talks about, and it's torpedoing Canoo to the tune of 7%. Now, this is not, once again, I'm not going deep into this because I'm not an investor guru by any means, but I'm just kind of giving you guys kind of the updates of what's going on. Finally, I want to kind of get into where I think they're really going to hurt right now, and that is the competition. Let's be honest, because right now the EV world is kind of flooded, and you've got the big three really jumping in. I know General Motors is they're all in on this, but they've only produced maybe 2,000 EVs or something. It's ridiculous what they've actually produced in the 2 years that the Hummer's been out. I don't think they've produced 2,000 of that thing just yet. What is going on with that? I know they're ramping up here in Spring Hill, Tennessee. They have their big Ultium plant. It's almost complete there. They've got a couple more plants. So I know they're having some battery issues. Ford, the Lightning came out strong. All of a sudden, sales have just tanked. And I think what it is, a lot of early adapters have jumped into these things, much like Tesla. I love the Tesla brand. Me and another journalist the other day were talking about it. And I think why Tesla does well is because people think of it as the king of the jungle. They know that, hey, they are a company that they're gonna miss timelines, but they're gonna follow through. And with Canoo, where they've missed so many timelines, I don't know what's going on. And at the same point, I want to let everybody know too that I like EV cars, but I'm not an EV nut by any means. I've reviewed EVs. We have EVs on the channel. We've partnered with charging companies to, when we get more EVs, that we can charge these things up here locally. But I'm just not with the tech, all the competition that this poor brand has. I don't know what's going on. If the big three are struggling to make EVs work, the Mustang Mach-E, the sales are flat on that thing. Dealers are stocking up piles of those things on dealer lots. They're kind of being forced. Ford is forcing dealers to take on some of this debt of these cars. What is going on? If the big three can't jump in and make things work, how do I believe that, Lucid, who I think is a top tier company, I think what their product they're building is amazing. But guess what? They have actually got vehicles that journalists can review. You can actually go lease some of this stuff. The Lucid Air is freaking amazing. And this Canoo, the little minivan that captured my heart, the little truck version is the one I really want. Where are we at? What is going on? So in the comments below, these are just a couple updates. I know people had asked for what's going on with it. Is it consumer adoption? Have all the early adopters jumped in and now EV is kind of stagnant with that, which is going to hurt the Canoo brand? Or is it just hey, they're just, one of the early tech companies that just couldn't make it? So what is going on? Are you holding on to your investment with the EV brands? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, we want to wish EV little brand Canoo, we wish them well, because I have an investment there and that I'd like to see pan out. So whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these EVs, I hope to drive. This has been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.